so last night was great at the DPAC. You know, considering we went through our orientation just hours before, we were figuring out where the props and the costumes were and all that stuff and where our new dressings room would be. But it went without a hitch. It was a great crowd. It was really, really exhilarating once we got on the stage.
Yeah, DPAC is so gorgeous.
It's a great theater, yeah. We like it a lot.
Okay, so for you in this role, how long have you actually been doing this?
Well, I've done musical theater before, but nothing like this. This role is very consuming, very uninhibited, very, very sexy, provocative.
I
play
Lucy.
Steamy
is the word.
It's very steamy, yes. The show has a very dark edge to it, and it can be very steamy and tragic as well. But it's, you know, really the foundation of the story is the same, based on the Robert Louis Stevenson novella about good and evil, and Constantine Maroulis plays the role of Jekyll and Hyde, and he's brilliant in the role. I play Lucy Harris, who is really a lady of the night in a very dark place, and trying to find a way out of her circumstance. And, you know, she's just a very hopeful character, very complex. But it's a fun role. There's amazing epic songs in the show, written by the great composer Frank Wildhorn. This is really like a new revisal of a tale that's been told many times before. This is a brand new version of the show.
Has a contemporary twist to it.
Has a contemporary twist to it. You know, we've got the Victorian legitimacy, if you will, and you know, at the same time, it's very sexy and modern as well. And you know, it was directed by Tony-nominated director Jeff Calhoun, who has Newsies on Broadway right now, and it's great success with that. And he's just, his vision for the show was just to keep it very steamy and edgy and dark, but still keep it very contemporary as well. And so with the music, the orchestrations and the instrumentation, it's been tailor-made for my voice and Constantine's voice as well. So it's got a bit of a rock edge. You still get those very big, epic, soaring ballads, but you also get a little rock edge as well. And it just makes for not your traditional Broadway show, but it gives you all of the elements in one show.
You have to be in such incredible shape to pull this off night after night. I was thinking about it, and those songs, like you said, epic proportion, which requires epic lungs, you know. And so what do you do to prepare for
a lot of preparation. I try to get as much sleep. With me, it's all about the amount of sleep I get, because there are times where you know, the schedule is so grueling. We're traveling on our day off, and we really have no time to really recuperate. So we're just like that hamster on the wheel, going, 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 going. But, you know, we have a great crew, a great cast, and we all just, you know, pull our boots up and just make it happen, you know.
I wonder with the cast, for instance, and you and Constantine, it would be awkward to have someone in that role that you really didn't have chemistry with. So for the audition process, do they choose someone first? Like, would they choose you first or Constantine first? And then would they say, okay, are they involved in the process, you know, for the other lead role? Because what if you really...
I mean, that's a great question, because I think the Nederlander organization, the producers of the show, they had a vision for what they wanted. They wanted it to be have a little more of a youthful edge, and they wanted to obviously capitalize on my audience and Constantine's audience to bring new, you know, a new audience to the show. And so I don't know if. I mean, it could have not worked, but you know, they cast Constantine first, and I don't know if he had a say in it or not, but I know that you're right. It's all about chemistry, and luckily we're good friends. You know, we have our good days and our bad days now. We're like friends where we can actually tell each other off now.
Right, right, yeah.
But we, you know, we started out very, very respectful, and still very respectful, and I think that's how you build chemistry with a person. You have to have a respect for each other's talent and each other's gift, and we have that for each other, and we root for each other. You know, he really inspires me on the days that I really don't feel like going on stage, and I do the same for him. I'm like, come on, we got to go and do it, you know, and so
Yeah.
we really root for each other, you know.
What is the very first Broadway show you ever saw, and how old were you?
My very first Broadway show that I ever saw was actually, it wasn't on Broadway because I grew up in Toronto.
Oh, okay.
So the shows would come through, you know, I saw Les Mis. And then after that I saw the Pajama Game, and I became, you know, just sort of in and out of musical theater because it all depended on who was in the show, what the songs were like. I was always drawn to the music. And that was that was it for me. I was just so taken by this platform of, you know, people actually singing and dancing and acting live in front of my eyes, and this magic that happens when you see the scenes moving and, you know, just the whole cast and the production come together. It's like no other. It's not like making records. It's not like, you know, doing television or film. It's just so much more engaging, I think, and
yeah,
so much
and you
more.
really have to just show your soul to be doing that.
Yeah,
live
you
night
really
after night
do.
too.
Yeah.
Well, I can't wait to see it. I've heard great things about it. I mean, a lot
Thank
of people
you.
called this morning. So
Awesome,
staff
that's
has
great.
Seen it too, so
That's
really
great. Well, this is your chance to see it before we go to Broadway in April. So it's really exciting. You know, this is the production that's headed to Broadway.